What is up, guys? Wunzy Gaming back here, and we're doing another Demon Hunter video. This is the main, that I chose for Legion. Those of you guys, know that. Those of you guys that are new. Anyway, I know it's been some time, guys. Work has been crazy, and I know I keep saying that, but that's just the way it is. Adulting is not fun. So we're going with a Demon Blades build, and I kind of wanted to put this out here just to kind of show that, you don't need Demon Blades to perform. And I'm going to talk about the strengths and the weaknesses in this build and, what this build entails and whatnot. So I know there's a lot of people that have been talking about Demon Blades being the best through and through. Now, I'm not disagreeing with that, but I am going to say that there is, no, I'm not disagreeing with that. But that tier is just so even now. You can get equal numbers and like numbers across the board with it. And with the tier gear, at least the tier 19 gear, the tier set is way different. Now, when you have Demonic Appetite with the force set bonus, from tier 19, where your critical strike chance for your chaos strikes go up, and your chaos strikes are critting refunds, and your refunds are critting and hitting, soul shards. It gets pretty insane with the proc rate. Now, that's like a crazy proc rate, guys. That's something that, like, it would be nuts. I don't have my 4 set yet. I want to talk about that too. Nighthold has been murdering me with gear, guys. I've gotten one piece from normal and heroic. It's just poopy. But I finally got the 2 set. I had to raid finder to get my cape, which is fine, whatever. But I finally got the 2 set, which is really nice. So we're going with the generic build here: the Fellblade, the Demon Blades, First Blood, Soul Rending, Nemesis, Master of Glaives, and Chaos Blades. So just the kind of straightforward build, and then we're going to see what kind of numbers we can get from this build. So your opening is your typical opening where you're going to jump in. Now, the one thing I did wrong there, you want to jump in with your Metamorphosis, and you want to do your Chaos Blade. You want to do your Nemesis first, Chaos Blade second, just because of the GCD. I mean, it honestly actually doesn't really matter too much, but you want to get as many hits with your Chaos Blades as possible. Now, the reason why Demon Blades is so nice is because it hits off of GCD. So it completely erases a GCD that you have to worry about, which you do have to worry about with Demon's Bite. With Demon's Bite, with a build using Demon's Bite, you're using a GCD to build your Fury. Now, the positive thing about that is your Fury is a lot more controlled. You know when you're going to get Fury. So right here, as you can see, I was kind of wiggling around and waiting for Fury to show up. That's the downfall of the Demon's Blades. But again, it's very offset by the fact that you can get it off of GCD. So you could do all kinds of different things. A lot of times what you're going to do is you're going to save your throw glaives. Your throw glaives are going to be saved for when you're missing or doing nothing. You're going to do your throw glaives. You have your Fury of the Illidari, which I typically use on cooldown because it's a free DPS move. And then, what's great is when you pop Fury of the Illidari, and while everything is still on GCD, you proc a Demon's Bite or Demon's Blade. And it's great because then you come right out swinging with the Chaos Strikes. Now, one thing with the Demon's Blade spec is you want to make sure you're hitting your Fell Blade as quickly as possible because of the fact that the Demon's Blade can proc off of cooldown or off of GCD. It can proc when you're in the middle of a Chaos Strike, spree and whatnot, and all that good stuff. So with 7.2 coming up, too, guys, I want to talk a little about 7.2. From what I'm seeing, we're getting the chance in our artifact weapon to proc another hit from our Chaos Strike. So as you guys already know, it hits once and it hits twice right out, and Chaos Strikes hit twice. I mean, this isn't news to anybody. So with the artifact weapon, it looks like we're going to be able to proc a third time. It's not a 100% thing. So a lot of questions arise. I'm sure it's going to work the way Chaos Strikes works right now, where if 1's a crit, 2's a crit, so it's probably going to be 3's a crit as well. So your 4 set bonus is going to be that much better, and it's going to be curious. It's going to make me very curious as to if you're going to be trying to keep your 4 set from tier 19 into the tier 20 content. It's going to be really interesting to see how they work this. I'm very, very interested in it. It's still very early. There's still a lot of things changing. I'm not even sure if what I just said was 100% accurate. So if it's not, I am sorry. Don't shoot the messenger. It's just what I was kind of reading. But I do really like, so far we haven't really seen, any changes in 7.2 for us. In the pre-patch notes or anything. They're kind of just really focused on the artifact weapons, which I think is a good thing. The added traits. So the added double traits I think is going to be great. To me, it's going to be easy what the best relic is for us. And that's going to be the Metamorphosis cooldown reduction and the Chaos Strike damage. If the relics have that, game over. Game over. If you can get 3 of those relics, 3 Metamorphosis cooldown relics, and 3 Chaos Strike critical strike damage relics, I mean, that's just nuts. Like, those are the relics we're going for. But as you can see, this build, it's very straightforward. It's not difficult at all. It's just the main part is there can be a lot of downtime. The downtime can last anywhere from really, realistically, it can last from 0.1 seconds to the most I've waited for a proc for Fury was probably realistically 2.5 to 3 seconds. Like, that's the most that I've waited for one. It's not a ton of downtime, but it can add up if you're really unlucky. The nerf to the 15%, I think it was 15%, or was it 10%? I think it was 10%. It hurts, but it's not crazy. But like I said, with the other build that I'm going to be showing off in this video, your Fury is a lot more controlled. You know when you're going to have it. You know when you're going to use it. It adds to it adds a little more for you. And personally to me, the numbers are so similar that it comes down to play style. Now, as you guys can see in the upper right hand corner, I'm not using food buffs. I'm not using flasks. I'm not using potions. This is just straightforward, just cooldowns that I'm using just to kind of see what this build and what the other build can do. Now, I really like where Demon Hunters are at. I understand people, they look at the Noxic charts or they look at other charts, they don't really like it. I really like where Demon Hunters are at. I think that it's a very rewarding class right now, a very rewarding spec. And I always tell people, don't worry too much about what Noxic or any of the other charts do, especially if they're upper 5 percentile, because you got to understand that if you're not in that top 5% in the world, it doesn't really matter. Just if you're doing well within the guild that you're in, then stay doing what you're doing in that guild. As long, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's kind of what I'm saying. So here we got the Demonic Appetite build. Pretty much the only thing we're changing is that Demonic Appetite. And it's a build that I've been talking about, you guys, if you've seen the other videos. I really like Demonic Appetite. Now, the problem with Demonic Appetite is if you're standing still, which you shouldn't be doing in raids anyway, you're not going to be picking up the soul shards that are procced. So you kind of got to keep an eye on them when you see them fall off and just wiggle. Just wiggle towards where they're at, and they have a pretty big window of where they'll pick them up from. But the big thing, with this, like I said, is you're able to control how much Fury that you're generating. And that's a great thing. And with the 2-set bonus from our tier 19, it's really beneficial, especially in this build, because you're going to see there's going to be times where I'm proccing so many soul shards with, the Fury bar it gets so full, it just dumps when you Fellblade in and do all that kind of stuff. But I really like these kind of builds. Now, the downfall of this, obviously, is you're adding a GCD to your rotation. You're adding Demon's Bite. But if you look here, I'm really not using Demon's Bite a ton. I'm not using it a lot. And, when I do, it's usually just 1 or 2 times. And I'll either proc a Fellblade that comes off cooldown, or a Chaos Strike will proc a Demonic Appetite. It's actually not that bad. The 2-set bonus makes it way, way better. And, I really enjoy this build. But you'll see at the end that the numbers, they are comparable. I really like both these builds. I think both of these builds are viable. They have their strengths and they have their weaknesses. This current build with Demon's Bite, it lacks in the AoE department. And I don't really know, I think the main reason why is because you're not really using glaives with this build at all. There's really no use in using glaives with this build, in throw glaive with this build, unless it is an AoE pack, strictly because you control your Fury output. You don't need it as a Fury dump. You don't need it for anything other than just, possibly an AoE thing. Whereas in the other build, you definitely want to have your Throwglaives just because it's there. It's an ability that you can use that can crit in 200, 300k range. That's better than just sitting there auto attacking or missing. So that's the benefit there. But I really, really, really like this build. I like both builds. I'm not saying that one build is better than the other, but I really do enjoy this build. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave the video going. I want to thank you guys for all the support lately, and I apologize for the lack of posting. I know I say it. I'm going to try to get better once I get my vehicle and stuff all figured out. I have a surgery that I have to get as well in my head. It's nothing too crazy, guys. It's just some stuff I got to get taken care of. It's a minor surgery. It's a cosmetic surgery mainly. But I got to get that taken care of. And I worked 6 days last week, and just craziness. But I really do appreciate everything, all the support, guys. We'll be doing some more of these. I'm really hoping that I can get the legendary helmet so I can try that other build that I was talking to you guys about with Demonic and Blind Fury. Like, I feel like that build's just banana sandwich. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. And if you aren't already subscribed, please subscribe. I do a lot of World of Warcraft videos. I have 12 110s, one of each class. So if you had any questions, if you guys will request a video, please put it below. I'm still working on an Arcane guide. I'm working on the Monk guide. Monks are not in a good spot right now, but I still really enjoy them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys at the next one.
What's there left to say? Throw your stones the river. Like me, it drifts away. I would watch you stare. I would watch you stare. Oh, but there's no one there. And know that, no, there was a time